to feel uncomfortable at points. You may want to even leave. You may not get it, but all I have to say to you is you have to stick through it. You have to, like, there'll be a moment where a sex scene is going to begin, and you're like, oh, I didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up to watch it.
It's minute 4, I think.
Yeah, minute 4.
Yeah. Really quite early.
And then it replays, I think, at minute 8. So, literally replays. And you're like, I didn't sign up to watch a man that looked like he was a stuffed sausage have sex. But it's okay. It's gonna get through it. The Room is a crazy experience, and you actually are on hallowed ground because this is the theater where The Room premiered, right?
Yeah, Tommy.
Yeah.
Started here. He paid for it to stay here for 2 weeks, so it would qualify for the Academy.
And then from there, it has lived in infamy. And so this is the theater. You're not getting the full Room experience, though, because the Room experience has Tommy Wiseau at the front here in sunglasses, no matter what time of day. We've now met him. I've never seen the sunglasses off.
I met him, the first time I met him, it was while we were writing it.
Yes.
And I introduced myself and I said, I'm Scott, my friend and I are writing the Disaster Artist screenplay. And he said, but you are so short. Which is, fair enough. That should not preclude me from writing this script.
He thought there was a height requirement for scriptwriters in Hollywood.
Have to be this tall. I don't know.
This is the one. So the reason why we are here tonight, while we're both here, is because we're involved with the Disaster Artist. Now, you wrote The Disaster Artist, co-wrote The Disaster Artist. I am in The Disaster Artist.
Are you clapping because you've seen it or excited about it?
Excited.
Cool, all right. I hope stay excited.
And when we say, so I think when you finish this movie tonight, you're going to want to see The Disaster Artist because you're going to be like, how did this... What? How? No, really? And you're going to be in a smaller group, because I don't think The Room is as popular as Rocky Horror Picture Show or anything like that. I think it's still a thing you need to tell people about. And so that's what we're going to task you with tonight. You're going to see this movie, and now, like a pyramid scheme, you must go out and indoctrinate more people to the cult of The Room. Because you're going to have to share it with somebody. I mean, it's like PTSD, but a fun kind after this movie. But I encourage you throughout this movie to laugh. It's insane. You can't
you don't know how you're gonna feel. It's just something's gonna happen, and you'll have a reaction. And you won't know what that's about. It's really interesting. It's a strange movie.
And there's a lot of games, right? There's a lot of games in the live theater. So we'll give you a couple games, and this is a couple games that you can play to enjoy The Room more. Whenever you see a spoon on screen, and you gotta look for them. Sometimes they're in picture frames. Sometimes there's a lot of spoons. Scream out spoon. Right? What are some other games in the live show? Water? What do we do? What's the water one? Any water?
There's a lot of, some water.
Just yell water? All right. Spoon and water. We got that.
People walking in and out of rooms, but keeping the door open. It's quite frustrating.
Yeah, so yell door. All right, so these are 3 things. So if the doors don't close, yell door. If you see water, water. And spoon, spoon. Anything else?
Yeah, if you...
Oh, Golden Gate Bridge?
A lot of green screen. If you recognize a human emotion, shout whatever you want.
Shout the emotion. Label the emotion.
Not gonna happen.
What is it? Male bonding. So applaud for male bonding, I guess? All right.
There's a lot of footballs.
Anytime you see male bonding, let's say you applaud, just so we're not yelling out male bonding, because that doesn't roll off the tongue like spoon or water or door. So yeah, it's an interactive experience for you here tonight. I'm trying to think what else. The Disaster Artist does come out soon-ish.
Good plug.
Yeah. Why are we here? Why are you here?
Comes out soonish.
Yeah, it comes out soonish. Be on the lookout for it. And what, before they go in, Scott, The Room created a book called Disaster Artist, which then created a film called Disaster Artist, which Tommy Wiseau says the film is 99% accurate. The 1% they got wrong was that he tosses a football better in real life than they showed him in the Disaster Artist.
That's not true.
But what are some tidbits we can give to the audience now something like a little inside scoop, because you've been all in it. Like, you've dealt with Greg, you've been on set, you've read the book. What's something you can
if you like this, if this is cool, and you have questions, the book is an amazing resource for a lot of things. It doesn't have all the answers because Tommy Wiseau does not provide you with answers.
Yeah.
But it's a fascinating read, and I think, like we used to say, the Disaster Artist will serve as a great sequel for people who have seen this movie. And if you watch Disaster Artist first, then The Room ends up becoming kind of like a weird prequel.
Yeah, it works both ways.
It works both ways, and we're just grateful you're here. And I'm
going to ask you one more question, by the way. Just tell us how many days it took to shoot this.
Which movie?
This movie that we're about to see.
Some facts, some stats.
Some stats. We got to get some stats.
This cost $6 million to make.
Boom. $6 million. Go ahead.
It was shot over half a year.
Half a year. It was shot on 2 cameras, digital and film.
At the same time.
At the same time on the same rig.
You won't recognize the difference of that at all.
Every scene is slightly off-center because the 2 camera lenses were put next to each other they were shot simultaneously. Tommy lived on set. That's the truth, right?
Lived.
Yeah, you lived.
Living.
Yeah. And then
the cool thing is, I mean, everybody who signed up thought this. They were making a movie.
Yeah.
Making a real movie. A lot of these people had not had a lot of credits, and they were cast in a film, and they were very excited about it, and they thought this was going to be their big break. And in a weird, kind of crazy way, it sort of is going to be.
Yeah, it will live in infamy.
People talk about this movie 15 years after it was made. And I think that's the dream for any of us who ever want to do anything.
Roughly, yeah. Hopefully we get it more than 15 years. But I will say one thing, too. One of the actors dropped out in the middle of the movie, so you'll notice towards the end of the movie, just a new actor pops in. And
it's a new friend.
A new friend that is not the
friend who then has a huge scene to comment on things, and you're like, who is this guy?
Don't be alarmed, you are not tripping. So if you feel like after tonight you need to share this with your friends, you can go to Tommy Wiseau's website, the only place that you can get The Room.
Also, you can buy underwear there.
And yeah, you will get a free pair of Tommy Wiseau underwear and a DVD of this. So, because you may want to watch it again and again. But, all right, well, I think that's it. The Disaster Artist comes out, again, The Great Thing, soonish. And we hope you enjoy, if it's your first time, your first experience in The Room. Thank you, everybody.